Known for some incredible wings and one of the league's most passionate fan bases. We're just outside of Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Play action. Here's Penix. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. Robinson on the inside give. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And in for the Atlanta touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First tone of the game for James Cook. And he's brought down after a short gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Gets this to Kincaid.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Allen looking to throw. Finds a man right side. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. And 4th and 4 coming up. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
They've got a man in motion. On 4th down, Allen. He finds him beyond the marker. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 24. He's got this complete to James Cook. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. When you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
They send a man in motion. Cook. Runs it in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills finish off their opening drive. It's a James Cook touchdown. Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Bills respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Bass now to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Christian Benford up to make that stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Design bootleg here. Buying some time left. An That one's caught along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. A give left side. Here's Robinson. And they'll stop him after a minimal gain, down to about the 36. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's 2nd and 7. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what it feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Bills crowding the passing lanes. They've got a dime look here on 3rd down. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They're stuck behind the sticks on 3rd and long. Penix working from the gun. Throwing deep for the end zone. Well, they had the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Trying for it with Penix. He's on the move. And he's out of bounds very close to that marker, but it looked a tad short. Oh, and it is. That's a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them a possession.
Throwing now on 1st down. Allen trying for the deep ball. He's got it inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills need only one to take the lead. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play. And
you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Bass now to kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it with Bijan. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Staying with Robinson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Pickup of 2 here. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. They go play action. Here's Penix. They don't get this complete to Pitts. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Falcons will have a first. Going right side, Robinson with it. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Offense in the hurry up here. Another carry for Robinson. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
On first down, here's Penix. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal. Here's Robinson. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. Penix now. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Drake London with the touchdown. Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Falcons tie things up at 14. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw now, Allen. On the move, headed right.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
2nd and 3 now. From the 37. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Cook calls it in. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. Cook trying this one up the gut. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Tackled by Rook Orororo.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. And it's the Bills with 6 to go here on 4th down. The Bills with a punt team out there. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Oh, he nearly coffin cornered that one, just a little too far, and it's out of the side of the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now the give for Bijan. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Making the stop that time, Taron Johnson. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. This is Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Penix on 1st down. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Penix here from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Taron Johnson has it. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Bob. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Connection made to Shakir. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Allen. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Falcons get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10, around to Robinson. And they'll stop him, but not until he has a nice little gain down to the 32. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Play action, here's Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. And that's going to be a sack. He goes out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, as a quarterback, I hate to assign blame to the position, but on that one, you just got to throw it away for an incompletion. We still need to give credit to the defense, no question, which helped flush him from the pocket in the first place.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Penix to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its second. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Falcons take the lead just before halftime. Drake London with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. And wow, Brock, this one is no good. He has been automatic so far this season, but for the first time here, he whiffs on that extra point. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He's back to throw. He's trying to push the field. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Play action now, Allen. Short pass caught by his tight end. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Man in motion out of the slot. First down throw for Allen. Escapes the pocket. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Escapes out to the left. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
1st and 10. Here's Allen. That's to the sideline, and Shakir snags it. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Cook. Scores! Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills make their way to the end zone. It's a James Cook touchdown. Bass on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills take the lead on that successful kick. Bass now to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Robinson. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Got a man, Robinson has it. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Making the stop that time, Taron Johnson. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. Rolling out to his left. He's keeping it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that, and he's there for the interception. That's Cole Bishop. And the Bills get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt, or an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Second down now, 7 to go. Allen fires out wide, complete. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Allen looking to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Working quickly here. Another try following the sack. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's Bills ball.
All right, let's control the clock here.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Throwing here, Allen. Pass complete to Cook. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Offense up to the line fast. This is Cook. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Man in motion here. Going to the ground again on first. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Allen to throw. Buys time, rolling run. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Bills pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
That one right down the middle. The Bills grow their lead to 8. Bass now to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He lets one fly deep downfield. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Algier running behind center. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
On 1st and 10, it's Cousins. He beams one deep right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
On 2nd and 10, Cousins again. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. It's a 21-yard gain, and it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They're set up at the 35 now. 1st down throw for Cousins. Chased out to his right. Pass is caught. That's Darnell Mooney. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Now Cousins again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Looking to throw. He connects downfield on fourth. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. They hit for 16 yards on fourth down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they face 2nd down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact. You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football. The Legion of Boom, obviously, out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone. Trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to throw. This ball's cut by Algier. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Falcons 8 points behind. Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. He'll throw it. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Well, 99% of what they did was excellent. Right play call, good route, great throw. Just needed to make that catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert every time.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted.
Well, that's now a 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A give right side. Here's Algier. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. Back to throw. He rolls to his right. That throw finds Algier. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
3rd and just 2 to go. Running right is Algier. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Trying to run in, Algier. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Here he is to throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Rolling left, buying some time.
Well, positive yardage is positive yardage, and he got what he could before getting out. But it still leaves him short of the first after what looked like a broken play.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And it's not over yet, football fans. He scores, and now a 2-point conversion will force overtime. As their quarterback, Brock, he's the one told him to get it done in moments like this. But even though he's the one who scored, you and I both know he is not the one who made it happen on that 4th down.
It's pride up front. That was all the guys up top that just said, listen, man, we are going to work this thing. We're going to give you a push. And, Kate, let me tell you, as a quarterback, you know right away, you can feel that push and that surge. And those big guys led the way for 6.
And the conversion is good. He's into the end zone. Oh, looks like we may be headed for overtime. Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. Kickoff taken at the 3. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30.
Hey, maybe in the end this return just gets lost in the shuffle when we recap things, Kate. But you surrender a lead in the 4th quarter and you feel that momentum being lost. That's exactly what excellent special teams do. They turn it around. It's why that 3rd phase is coached and coached and coached, because you never know when your opportunity may arise. What a great return to begin this drive.
He'll look to throw it. He's going deep. Oh, my goodness, it's intercepted. And the Falcons get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Gets everything he has under this throw. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though. So as we go through this coin toss, Brock, I'm sure most of our fans know it, but this is something that can decide the game. If the team who gets it first scores a touchdown, the game is over. But if they only kick a field goal, their opponent gets it with a shot to win or tie. And if we play beyond those 2 possessions, the next score would then win. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And they're going to drag him down after a decent gain. He gets up to the 36. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. Has him on the quick hitter. Oh, he lost the football. But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner, because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
First and 10. Here's Allen. Cook calls it in. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
The drive picks up here. First and 10. Working from the gun. It's Allen. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Back to the air, Allen. Finds Kincaid. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They send the tight end in motion left. Allen on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Handoff headed right. It's Cook. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And he pulls it in. That's a touchdown and ends this game. Bills Mafia, it's a win for their guys in Buffalo. And this takes some much-needed momentum to end the regular season as they start looking ahead to their wild card contest next week. My partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew. I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bills as we say so long from Buffalo.